Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. Welcome to our midday briefing on this very hot summer day. Before we take your questions, let me present tomorrow's college agenda and related press events. Tomorrow, the college will adopt a proposal for an EU climate target for 2040. Executive Vice President Ribeira and Commissioner Hoekstra will be in the press room following the college meeting to give you a readout and present the proposal. You will also get the chance to ask your questions at a technical briefing that will take place at 10 o'clock tomorrow, off the record and under embargo. The college will also adopt a communication on life sciences, which will be presented by Commissioners Varhely and Zaharieva, following the college readout here in the press room. And finally, the college will adopt a quantum strategy for the EU. Executive Vice President Virkkunen will present this strategy during a press point tomorrow in the VIP corner at around 3 o'clock in the afternoon. You'll get the possibility to ask our experts questions on this quantum strategy today already at a technical briefing that will take place at 2 o'clock here in our press room. Please note that this technical briefing will be off the record and under embargo. And that's it for our announcements. We have questions. Yes.
Hi, thank you. Vibor Vlajnić, Croatian Radio Television. So, yesterday, a president of Serbia, Vučić, while he was in Seville, said he had a long discussion with Commission President von der Leyen, and he said that they had a really long discussion, that they have never discussed their bilateral cooperation so long. So I would just like to know what's the Commission's position on that. Could you just clarify what were they talking about?
Thank you very much for this question, which allows me to clarify the situation. So President von der Leyen had a casual, spontaneous chat with President Vučić in the lounge, actually before the official dinner in Seville. President von der Leyen had the occasion to exchange a few words with many leaders, by the way, during this event, including President Vučić. So this was not an official bilateral, and we have nothing further or specific to report on this. Thank you. Any other questions on this? Raise your hands if that is the case. Oopsie, I'm breaking down the stuff here. I see hands raised in Interactio. Keep your hands only raised in Interactio if you have questions on this. Marek, is it on this? Marek?
No, I think I lowered my hand to... I have a question for Anna Kaiser.
Okay, you know what? I don't see any other hands raised. I will take your question, Marek, and then... Go ahead, Marek.
Great, thank you. Since yesterday you didn't want to say anything about the consequences of missing the deadline on the Social Climate Fund, I was wondering whether you can tell us more today now that the deadline has passed. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Eva?
Good afternoon. Actually, it's for me, Marek, because it's Social Climate Fund. As you know, this fund is prepared to make the green transition smooth and to protect the vulnerable groups. Yes, you are right, the deadline has passed yesterday, so we encourage the member states to submit their plans. Up till now, we have only one, but several member states have already submitted their drafts, and now we are waiting for the other. There are no legal consequences of not submitting the plans. It's more about time when the member states will have the money available for their targets.
Thank you. Do we have any other questions on this topic of social climate fund plans? Yes, go ahead.
Yes, Luis Guillo for Politico. Can you tell us which member state submit its plan, and also what does that mean for the disbursement of the fund? Like, does that mean that no member state will be able to get the funding from 2026 in this case? Thank you.
Only one member state has submitted, and it's Sweden. But as I said, the other, they already prepared their drafts, and some of the member states, they opened their public consultations. We are obviously in touch with the member states, and we try to support them. We consult with the member states. We encourage them to prepare the detailed drafts. There are no consequences, no legal consequences, no punishments for not submitting it in time. As I said, it's more about the fact that we wanted to have the fund up from the beginning of the next year. As soon as we have all the plans, then the Commission has 5 months to evaluate them and to prepare everything, which means that if we don't have them soon, then obviously the work on this project needs to be postponed.
Thank you. You have your hands raised for this question? Okay, go ahead.
Is there any deadline for applications? Some time where you can't do any longer?
No, there is no deadline, and we hope that the member states will now swiftly prepare their plans.
Even after the end of the financing period? I mean, this money is foreseen in the 21-27 financial period. Is this right?
No, the Social Climate Fund should be up from the beginning of next year, 2026 up to 2032.
Christian, did you have a question on this? Go ahead.
Thanks, Stefan. So just on the draft plans that you mentioned, can you give an indication of how this process works? Are the member states submitting the draft plans, or is this a continuous discussion? And do you have them with all the remaining 26, or are there any member states where there are no discussions on draft plans?
Look, it's in different stages. Yeah, some member states have already more details. Some member states still work on it. It doesn't make sense that I give you some kind of a list, because each member state prepares its own draft. The most important is that they submit the plans, but some of the states also informed public on their web pages, and as I said, we are in constant contact with them, so we know where the member states are.
Thank you. Follow up, yeah.
Can you give an indication when you expect the remaining plans? I suppose member states that have drawn up the draft plans have also given some indication or told you when they're hoping to submit them. If so, can you give any clarity on that?
Given the fact the deadline was yesterday, we would like to have them soon. As soon as we have them, then there is a 5 months period for our assessment, for our evaluation, and we would like to have the Social Climate Fund running from the beginning of the next year.
Thank you. Any other questions on the Social Climate Fund for Eva? I see Emanuela has raised her hand. Is it on this, Emanuela?
I think she answered already the question
Okay.
I had. Sorry. Thanks.
Very, very happy to hear that we answer your questions. That's very good. Okay. Do we have any other questions for Eva now that she's with us on the podium? No. Any other questions today for us? Yes.
Hello, thank you. Razia Akuch, AFP News Agency. I know Commissioner Šefčovič is in Turkey, and he is due to go to Washington from there. Now, he made some remarks yesterday, and I found them not that clear, so I'd like to clarify. He will be heading to Washington. Who will he meet? When will he be there? Just if we can get some more details so that we can even just organise ourselves, that would be gratefully appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you. I call our clarifier-in-chief to the podium.
Thanks, Stefan. Thanks, Raz. So indeed, he will fly, so Commissioner Šefčovič will fly tomorrow from Turkey directly to Washington, where, to my understanding, he will be meeting his usual counterparts, and then he will fly back, and we can expect probably some social media posts or at least some remarks once he's back.
Yes, you have a follow-up.
Wait, so just to clarify, he's flying not tonight, he's flying tomorrow, and his meetings will be on Wednesday, and he'll be coming back to Brussels on Thursday?
No. I think there's you need to advance by 1 day, so he's flying tomorrow indeed from Turkey directly to Washington, where he will have meetings on Thursday, and following these meetings he will then fly back.
Of course, as you know, we're not going to provide a running commentary on what is happening every day, at what time, what hour. You know that discussions and talks, negotiations are ongoing, and we'll inform you happily on the state of play when we have important things to share with you. You have a question as well for Thomas?
Who are the usual counterparts? The trade representatives, the
yes.
trade minister, or who?
Yes, indeed. Lutnick and Greer, these two gentlemen, are his usual counterparts when he's meeting there on the ground, indeed.
Yeah.
Hi, good afternoon. Koen Vels for Politico. Also about this visit of Šefčovič, is this sort of the make or break moment for him to find a way to avoid any kind of issues with the US next week, or is there still some more time perhaps next week? Thanks very much.
Thanks, Koen. Indeed, as Stefan is saying, nice try. I don't think we're in a mood in any case where we want to solve any potential issues. I mean, we're fully aligned with our US counterparts. We're all going into the same direction, meeting this 9th of July deadline. This is the goal. This is why we have a technical delegation going there. This is why we'll also, on top of it, have political engagement. So voilà, we are all working towards the same deadline. Yes.
Thank you. Any other questions on this for Thomas? Any other questions for Thomas in general? No. Any other questions for us today? Jorge.
Hello, Stefan. I want to ask about something that happened last week during the EU summit. I don't think it was discussed here yet. I'm referring to Viktor Orban in his so-called presentation of results from the national consultation on Ukraine's accession that he's basically using to justify this seemingly permanent veto on Ukraine's accession. So given this new development, so to speak, how does the Commission stand on Ukraine's process right now, and are you seriously considering the possibility of decoupling Ukraine and Moldova to at least allow Moldova to advance in this process? Thank you.
Thank you very much. Guillaume?
Good afternoon. Thank you for the questions. On the first part of your question on the national consultation that took place in Hungary, our position is very clear. We take note of the results of this national consultation. The Hungarian government called and organized this non-binding consultation. And as you know, national consultations are a matter for the national authorities. So it's now up to Hungary and the Hungarian government to explain how they would like to take it forward. But on our side, things are really clear. As we speak, Ukraine is delivering on reforms in the most difficult circumstances that one can imagine. The Commission has assessed that Ukraine has met the criteria to open the first cluster, so the cluster on the fundamentals. We have also positively assessed Ukraine's accession plan on minorities, which meets the concerns of its neighbors. So we have always defended a merit-based approach when it comes to accession, and there's no objective reasons in this case to object the opening of cluster 1 on the fundamentals. So when a candidate country is held back for no objective reasons, despite meeting the criteria, the entire enlargement process loses its credibility. So we really hope that we can still open the first cluster and very soon. On the second question, when it comes to the coupling between Moldova and Ukraine, this is really a decision to be taken by the member states. From our side, it's really clear. We support both Moldova and Ukraine in their reform agenda and the process they've been engaged in. They've made steady progress both for Moldova and Ukraine. Our position is that we will continue to deliver as much as possible on a political, technical, and financial support to Ukraine and Moldova, and we'll continue this work. We'll try to really to put all the member states in a position to take a positive position on Moldova and Ukraine on Cluster 1 on the fundamentals, and we really stand by Moldova and Ukraine.
Thank you. Okay.
Thanks, Guillaume, for the thorough explanation. But just to be clear, I know that it's for the member states to decide, obviously, if they remain coupled or uncoupled. But from the Commission's point of view, it makes no difference for you that they remain coupled or uncoupled. For you, it's the same either way, or do you have a position that favors coupling or uncoupling at this stage? What is the Commission's position right now? Thank you.
Our position is really clear in that context. We are not requesting the decoupling of Moldova and Ukraine. It's for the member states to decide if they want to do so. But what we want to do, as I said, is really to support Ukraine and Moldova in the process to prepare for accession.
Thank you. Any other questions on this for Guillaume? I see that Javier, you have raised your hands. Is it on this? Sorry? It's for Leah.
Not a subject.
Okay, okay. Stay with us a moment. Okay, do we have any other questions for Guillaume? Mose, is it for Guillaume?
No, it's on foreign affairs.
Okay. Stay with us for a moment then. Okay, any other questions for us today? Yes.
Yes, hi. Nikolai Nielsen, EU Observer. I'm going to try this again. So last week, Commissioner Brunner said that, and I quote, official Libyan authorities are pushing people onto boats. He said up to 150 people are being pushed onto boats designed for 25. So which authorities is he talking about here? Is he talking about the Libyan Coast Guard? Who is pushing these people onto the boats when he's referring to official Libyan authorities? Thank you.
Thank you very much. Marcus?
Nikolai, there are you. Thanks very much. I'm not aware of these comments, but what I can say is what I said yesterday, that we are concerned about the recent increase in irregular departures from Libya. We're closely monitoring the situation. And it's imperative in our view to continue making every effort to set up a comprehensive.
Sorry, wait.
Sorry.
Working.
In any case, I said that.
Yes. In the meantime, while I will invite Marcus to take my microphone, go ahead.
Thank you. Yes, picking up where I think the micro stopped. We are concerned about the situation and the recent increase in irregular departures from Libya. We're closely monitoring the situation and we are working closely with all the member states most impacted. And it is imperative to continue making every effort to help Libya set up a comprehensive and rights-based migration governance and management system, enhancing the capacity of the relevant Libyan actors to save lives and fight the smuggling and the smuggling networks who take advantage of the people's despair.
Yes, follow up.
Thanks for the follow-up. So, yes, he made these comments last Thursday at an event organized by the European Policy Center. I'd be more than happy to share the quotes and audio with you, and maybe you can follow up and figure out what he's talking about then. Thanks.
Shall we change again?
Okay. Okay, go ahead. Thank you. We'll, if there's anything further that we can share with you, we'll definitely do that. Okay, for Marcus? Is it for Marcus? Yes, go ahead. Yes, go ahead.
Okay. Thank you. Elena Apostolidou from Greek Public Television. Commissioner Brunner had a meeting with the Greek Prime Minister on migration. Could you tell us more about the date of 8th of July when the Commissioner will go to Libya, and how important is that for EU's border? Thank you.
The question, is it working or no?
Try this one.
Thank you very much.
Just speak, I guess.
You can hear me now, yes?
Yes.
Okay. Thanks very much for the question. Commissioner Brunner is in Greece today to meet with national authorities and stakeholders. Still not working?
Sorry for this, guys. We'll, I'm looking at you now. Try again. Ah, yes.
That sounds about right.
All right. There we go.
Thank you for the question. Commissioner Brunner is in Greece today to meet with national authorities and stakeholders. Earlier today, he met with Prime Minister Mitsotakis and the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Kyria Petridis. They discussed the latest developments regarding the implementation of the Pact on Migration and Asylum, efficient returns for those without a legal right to stay, as well as border management. They also discussed the current challenges in the Middle East and Libya in view of the upcoming mission of Commissioner Brunner to Libya in a Team Europe approach. So now you asked about the confirmation of the date. As said yesterday, I don't have a confirmation of a date just yet. Please stay tuned.
Thank you. Is it for Marcus? Okay, go ahead.
Thanks, Nicoletta Ionta for Euractiv. When you talk about Team Europe approach, do we know already if there are ministers from the Team Europe countries that will go along with Commissioner Brunner to Libya? Thanks.
Thank you very much for the question. Yes, when we talk about a Team Europe approach, that's generally the idea to go with member state representatives as well. I cannot confirm any participation yet.
Thank you. Then I also see that David has raised his hand. David, you decided not to walk through the sun and join us here in the press room?
No, apologies. I will try next time. David Carretta, Radio Radicale. A quick follow-up on the issue of the Libyan authorities. There are, as you know very well, official reports by the UN saying that Libyan Coast Guard, but not just Libyan Coast Guard, also the Interior Ministry officials and other authorities, in fact, are not official. They are traffickers, smugglers. Are you conducting sort of research of the people that the Commissioner will meet in Libya to avoid to meet traffickers and smugglers? Or the intention is just to go there pleading them to stop the flow and maybe put some money to encourage them to stop the flow of migrants? Thank you.
Thank you, David, for the question. You can be assured that the mission will be well prepared, but anything else on that mission, please bear with us. We'll tell you when the time has come.
Thank you. Tommaso, you also have a question for Marcus?
No, it's not for Marcus. Apologies.
Well, okay. I see no other questions. We have for Marcus. Do we have any other questions today? Yes. And then I'll go to you. So I'll go.
Thanks. This one is on Schengen. So more and more countries are reintroducing border checks for Schengen border checks for the summer. What's the Commission's stance on this? Are there any actions that will be taken in this regard? Thanks.
Thank you very much for the question. We are in close contact with all the member states that have border controls in place, and also all the member states that are affected by internal border controls. The Commission's Schengen coordinator is in close contact at a technical level with the authorities of all Schengen member states concerned. And as you know, Schengen border controls, internal border controls, are possible under certain conditions.
Interrupt Marcus again. I'm really sorry. We seem to have a technical problem. I'm not sure you heard what Marcus said. So Marcus, join me here for a moment and take over while we try to settle this technical problem. So apologies for this.
Okay, very sorry. Did you understand anything of what I said?
No, it's also for the people outside.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thanks for the question. We are in close contact with all member states that have introduced internal border controls, which always have to be temporary, and with all the member states that are concerned by these internal border controls. What's very important is that neighbours are informed, and we have the Commission's Schengen coordinator, which is in close contact at a technical level with all the authorities of all member states concerned. As you know, the rules are clear. The Schengen Borders Code allows for Schengen border controls under certain conditions.
Thank you. Any other questions for Marcus? For Marcus? Yeah, okay. And then I'll take a few other questions in Interactio. Yeah.
Yes, Marcus, sorry, apologies. Just to follow up on the Schengen. I was wondering if you've issued any negative opinions on these temporary border closures. Are there any instances where the Commission has determined that these are not necessary, where these are not proportionate, and do not fulfill the conditions required by the Member States? Thank you.
Thanks very much for your question. Not recently, but I would have to check depending on how far back we go. We'll come back to you on that.
Thank you.
Can you tell us how many countries have notified border controls?
I cannot tell you from the top of my head, but this is public information available on the website of DG Home, so please check there.
All right. Sorry. Okay, sorry. Don't run away. Don't run away. Okay, I'm looking at, should it work now? The handheld should work. Let's try it, because we still have questions for you, Marcus, in Interactio. David, you're back. Is it for Marcus?
Yes, of course. I'm passionate of Schengen, so I have to. Basically, you have issued as a Commission just one opinion. It was in October 2015, and the opinion assessed positively the necessity and proportionality of internal border controls. If I remember well, it was Germany. But anyway, this for the facts. If I remember well, with the new reform of Schengen, there was an obligation by the European Commission to perform an analysis of necessity and proportionality of internal border controls. Am I wrong? Are you doing this analysis since? I mean, the number of member states which are reintroducing border control is increasing month by month. Thank you.
Thank you very much, David. We share your passion for Schengen. Marcus.
We do. And thanks for the reminder. Indeed, the recently revised Schengen Borders Code provides that the Commission issues an opinion if a prolongation of the reintroduction of internal border controls will lead to a total duration of controls of 12 months, notified under the same grounds. The Commission will act in line with its obligations under the Schengen Borders Code, so when this is reached.
Thank you, Marcus. I see other hands raised in Interactio. I would assume that it is still for Marcus. So, Alexandra. We don't hear you very well, Alexandra. We see you, but it would be good to hear you as well.
Do you hear me well now?
Yes, that's better. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Marcus, I would like to ask you about the third high-level dialogue that will take place tomorrow between the European Union and Turkey. First of all, are you planning to announce any further financial assistance to Turkey tomorrow? And how does the Commission assess today the implementation of the EU-Turkey statement and the EU-Turkey readmission agreement? Thank you so much.
Thanks very much, Alexander, for the question. Yes, you will see that, or you might have seen that we have a chapeau out on this in our daily news today. Commissioner Brunner will be traveling to Turkey for a high-level dialogue which is hosted by Turkey, and Turkey will be represented by the Turkish Minister of Interior, Ali Yerlikaya. The dialogue will address a number of topics such as migration management, legal migration, visa policy, efforts to combat illegal migration, including border management, fight against migrant smuggling, I already said that, as well as counter-terrorism, drug trafficking and organized crime. So your question was on the EU-Turkey statement. It's clear, and it's always been clear, that Turkey is a key partner for the EU in managing migration along the Eastern Mediterranean route. The EU continues to engage with Turkey to promote the full and effective implementation of the EU-Turkey statement and the EU-Turkey readmission agreement. That's what I can say at this stage.
Thank you. Mose, you have also raised your hand.
Yes, but that's about foreign affairs, about the Middle East. I'm waiting for that since the very start.
Okay, I think, Mose, I don't see any other hands raised, so we'll take your question.
Thank you very much. Yes, I would like to ask for an update when it comes to EU's policy in the Middle East following the ceasefire between Israel and Iran. I wonder if the EU Commission is aware about if there will be an assumption of the diplomatic talks between the United States and Iran on closing a nuclear deal with them. And if not, it's also related whether EU itself, I mean the E3 and High Representative Kallas, if they plan to arrange a new meeting with Iran, as took place, I mean, more than a week ago, about the nuclear program and other issues with Iran. Thank you.
Thank you, Mose. Anwar? You'll have to use the handheld mic.
Okay, bonjour. Thank you for the question. Mose, I'll revert you to the joint statement that has been published by the G7 foreign ministers last evening, actually, on Iran and the Middle East, and that the High Rep also joined. And there we reiterated again our support for the ceasefire between Israel and Iran announced by the US President Trump, and we urge all parties to avoid actions that could further destabilize the region.
Thank you. Any questions on this? I know that you have another question. I'll come back to you, don't worry. Thank you for your patience. Any other questions on this topic for Anwar? Irene Castro?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we hear you and we see you. Hello.
Okay, thank you. It is regarding the EU-Israel agreement. High Representative said, I think last week or 2 weeks ago, that she would contact with her Israel counterparts. I would like to know if she has already done it or when it is planned to do it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I will not here give you a timeline, but indeed contacts are ongoing, channels are opened, and dialogue is taking place together with our Israeli interlocutors.
Thank you. Any other questions for Anwar? Odile, c'est pour Anwar? Odile?
Oui.
Oui, bonjour.
Oui, je pense que c'est pour Anwar. À propos de la conférence à Séville, la présidente a mentionné davantage de coopération avec d'autres pays, et elle a cité notamment l'Inde. J'aimerais savoir si dans quel domaine est-ce que vous pensez collaborer avec l'Inde? Est-ce que c'est concernant les productions de vaccins, médicaments, etc.?
Merci Odile. La question que tu poses étant légèrement niche, je reviendrai vers toi dans les meilleurs délais. Merci.
Merci pour ça, Anwar. Okay, no other questions for Anwar? No, then I take the gentleman there who had raised his hand, yes, already for some time.
Thank you. Vitaly Sizov, UATV. I won't just repeat my yesterday questions. Maybe today you have more information on police action in Russia when two Azeri men were killed and more were tortured. Maybe you have some commentary on this, because I saw the commentary of EU representative in Azerbaijan in Twitter. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Anita will join us.
Thank you. Thank you, Vitaly. You have seen already the post of our EU head of the delegation, so I would invite you also to look at that. We have seen also the reports against ethnic Azerbaijanis in Russia committed by Russian security forces, so we stand against all these barbaric acts which cannot be tolerated.
Thank you. Any other questions on this for Anita? No. Any other questions for Anita in general? No, not for Anita. Okay. Other questions, Christian?
Thanks, Christian with NCRF. I have a question for Leah, I believe, on the Ombudsman inquiry into the REACH regulation. So I understand the Commission did not accept the specific recommendations from the Ombudsman, nor did you present a plan to deal with the long delays under the REACH regulation. So I was wondering, can you clarify this apparent refusal to address the long delays? I believe it's on average 14.5 months instead of the legislative limit of 3 months. And a second question related to that, why did you specifically not accept the proposal from the Ombudsman to dismiss applications that clearly have insufficient information to get these chemicals off the market?
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. I think, yes, sorry. Thank you. I think I would need to check the latest and get back to you, but just to say that I wouldn't say that we completely disregarded what has been said to us. I think, the system was also put in place for a certain number of kind of cases, applications to be dealt with. Then the number of these increased really significantly throughout the year. So we are, let's say, in a little bit of a different scenario. And as you know, we are also looking to review the system soon. So just as preliminary remarks, but I will check what's the latest on this.
Thank you. Any other questions for Leah? Raise your hands if it's the case. Sorry? Yeah, Javier, you seem to have a question for Leah.
Thank you very much. Javier Espinosa, Capital Forum. Today we reported that the EU has had a decision on fines against Google on a Google ad tech antitrust case, and that some at the Commission are getting worried that this case is dragging on for too long, and they're eager to start having conversations with the counterparts in the US for a possible breakup of the company. When should we expect a decision?
Thank you, Javier. But as you know, we really cannot comment on the timelines of our cases. As soon the case is ready, we will take a decision.
Thank you very much. Any other questions for Leah? No. Any other questions today? Yes, Tommaso, you have waited a long time. Go ahead.
Oui, bonjour, Thomas Amaravati de l'agence de presse italienne d'Antitrust. C'est une question concernant la présidente, parce que dans la majorité Ursula, il y a une certaine agitation depuis l'annonce de la retraite de la proposition de la directive sur les allégations écologiques. Il y a les libéraux qui demandent une clarification politique en septembre, et même les socialistes, ce qui est un événement assez exceptionnel, semblent en train de protester. Donc, est-ce que la présidente est prête à fournir une clarification politique d'ici à septembre ou pas? Merci.
Une clarification sur quoi?
Sur l'existence de la majorité Ursula, parce que les libéraux, ils disent que la majorité Ursula n'existe plus, parce qu'elle n'est pas pratiquée. Et ils disent que la présidente est en train d'écouter de manière excessive les partis populaires, et notamment les conservateurs. Donc, les libéraux demandent une clarification politique sur l'existence et la pratique de la majorité Ursula dans le Parlement.
Merci beaucoup. Sur ce point-là, je ne pense pas que j'ai des choses à ajouter. Nous travaillons toujours bien avec le Parlement et avec toutes les institutions. Nous avons expliqué à maintes reprises la raison pour laquelle nous avons annoncé notre intention de retirer la directive sur green claims, mais nous n'avons pas de commentaires additionnels à donner sur des commentaires. Merci beaucoup. Avons-nous d'autres questions? Do we have any other questions? No. Thank you very much, and see you later, and have a nice day.